Hi guys, how are you today? Yes?
Good.
So, I assume you guys watch TV, right? Yes? How many have you seen an interview on maybe the news? Yeah? Talk shows? So you're familiar with what an interview is. But do you know the process of setting up that interview or putting it together? Some of you may not. So today I want to talk about the benefits of knowing about the process, the equipment needed to set up an interview, and if one of you would come up to be my volunteers later in the show, later on in the interview, and I'll show what an interview looks like. And first I want to start off with the benefits. What's your name? Caleb. Let's say Caleb does something newsworthy and the news station wants to get an interview from him. If Caleb doesn't know the process, that's going to be kind of tricky getting an interview. I know you're not going to be filming the interview, but if you knew the process, I think it would be smoother. Also say, are you guys a journalism classroom? Yeah? Are some of you interested in that? If this is a field of interest, I think it's a good idea to get a taste of what you want to go into, just to make sure this is something you want to do for sure. And another thing is just general awareness. Most people think that an interview is this huge crew that's in charge of the lights, the camera, all that stuff. But it's actually come down to being a one-man job. So I'm going to talk about the equipment needed. You'll need your tripod, your camera, I don't know if you can see this. You'll need batteries for your camera. You'll need a microphone to mic up the interview. You'll need a memory card like a CF or SD card. And then you'll need a light. This is a tripod. This is what you use to put your camera on. You want to make sure your shots are steady and this makes your shots still. The camera, I'm sure we all know what a camera does, it films. These are lavalier mics. You want a lavalier mic for your interview to make the sound better in a way. That's the best way I can explain it. This is a CF card. This is what I use for the cameras I use at the college. This is a really huge one. Most of you are probably familiar with SD cards. That's what this kind of camera takes. And this is a light. This doesn't work for this camera. This is meant for those bigger ones. And let's see if I can get it on. There we go. That's kind of bright. Sorry. Okay. And next, I want to talk about setting up the interview. If a story comes up, you always want to call the person, contact them, set a date, time. You want to be well prepared. And by being well prepared, you want to have questions ready. When you have your questions ready, that makes sure you know what information you want to get, some do's and don'ts for an interview. Try to dress nice for an interview. You want to show that you mean business as well as they do. And also, I wanted to give you a demonstration. Would one of you want to come up to be my volunteer? Here is your hand. There is an order for setting up your interview. I like to start with the tripod, then moving on to the microphone, and then dealing with the camera last. So I will show you. Will you be my person? Okay. Let's scoot this back a little bit. You want to stand right here? This might not come up all the way. First, you want to set up your tripod, and you'll just take the legs out like this. You use these to clip it back down. You want to get your tripod up to eye level, just so it doesn't look like an awkward shot. You don't want to be looking up this way or down under. Those are just really weird shots that you want to stay away from. And you use this to turn that way, this to tilt. Okay, and then you want to mic them up. Here's our lavalier mics. You want to turn it on by going to that. And when miking up someone, you want to hide the cord as much as you can. So you'll want to have them bring it underneath their shirt. So can you do that for me?
Yeah, I did.
Bring it up here. And you'll want them, you'll want to clip it right there. Make sure it's not rubbing on their clothes, or when you're filming, you'll hear a scratchy sound. And can you put that in your pocket?
Yeah.
Thank you. And this is the mic that you hook up to your camera so you can receive that sound. You'll just want to put your camera on the tripod. Okay. And when you're getting an interview, you want to make them feel comfortable. This isn't a big deal, it's just an interview. And I'll turn this on. We'll hook it up right here. Some of you are wondering, why would I need headphones? Well, when you hear them talk, you can hear it from here. You want to make sure your sound is nice and smooth, and like I said, there's no scratchiness. You would want to start off by zooming in on their face to get your focus. I hope this isn't too. You would just get your focus and then zoom back. And when setting up an interview, you want it set up a certain way. You never want somebody dead in the center. You'll want them to step to the right or the left. So which way would you want to step? You'll have them step right there, okay? And if you could turn your body this way, and then you'll zoom back out. You want to make sure they have enough lead room. Lead room is this room in front of them. It looks more professional on camera and when you see stuff on the news. Also headroom. Headroom is the room up above here. You never want to cut someone's head off or have too much headroom. It's going to make them look funny. So you just do that. And that's how you set up your interview. And then you would go on and ask them questions and stuff. So now that I showed you some of the benefits of knowing about the interview process, the equipment needed, and a demonstration on how this works, you can all benefit from it in many ways. Thank you.